Welcome back to Box with Josh, where we talk about box office with me, Josh. This week is a special week because it's Labor Day weekend, and we would talk about the 4-day weekend, but I'm really only interested to talk about in the 3-day weekend projections, because 4-day weekends can sometimes get messed up, so I'm not really interested to go into 4-day. I think 3-day is much more important than going for a 4-day, because I love some studios only release movies on these weekends to get that 4-day number, because they want to seem like more special and want to get like higher numbers. But really, I'm just focused on that 3-day. So we're going to talk about the 10 opening weekend slots. And coming in first place this weekend is estimated to be the Equalizer 3. It's estimated to make $31 million. And to compare that, the second one debuted with $35.8 million, and the first one debuted with $34.1 million. So if we're going to compare those, this is the lowest opening weekend it's projected to make so far out of the three, which I think is kind of to be expected because this one is coming after the second one a decent bit of time after COVID. It's post-COVID box office, so this one was probably never going to make as much as the second one opening weekend. We're going to see how the legs are for this one because it is an adult-oriented movie. I am going to go see this one. I might review it on the channel, so look for that. But if I already reviewed it, then go check it out. I might already have it up there, but maybe if I don't have it up there by now, I'm probably not going to review it. But I am still going to go see it and support it. But I am pretty excited for this one because it's Denzel Washington. You know, it's not as good of an action movie as something like John Wick, but it still is pretty entertaining. I like the first one a decent bit. Second one kind of let me down. The 31 million number isn't bad. I mean, it's not that big of a drop off from the second one making 35. It's only like a $4 million drop off. If its legs can do decent, then I think this one will end up making a profit. I'm not sure about the budget on this one. I'm not sure that was released yet, so we'll have to wait probably until next weekend to check on the budget for that one. But 31 million is decent. As take in mind, these are projections, so they're not the confirmed number just yet. So just keep that in mind. Coming in second place would be Barbie, grossing 11.1 million, only a 27% drop. And its domestic gross is estimated to be about 610 million so far after this weekend. This is a fantastic drop. Once again, Barbie is not letting up, not slowing down. Equalizer coming out, Bottoms coming out. Nothing is slowing down Barbie. Good for Barbie. It's a fantastic movie. Very happy for its success. There's not a lot to talk about this week, so we're just going to have to talk about the holds, and Barbie is holding very well, 11.1 million. 27% drop is something to brag about. As I said, it's at 610 million domestically so far. And I think it should get to, I think it might get to 700 million domestically total by the end of it. But we're going to have to see on how it holds the next 3 weekends. Going to have to see when it hits digital, because some people say it's hitting digital September 12th, but we're not sure yet on that confirmed date. But it's holding pretty well. Coming in third place for the weekend is Blue Beetle, grossing 7.5 million, and its domestic gross so far would be about 57 million. And its drop was 38%. This isn't a great drop. 38% is just nothing to really brag about here for DC. It's not going to get to 100 million domestically. I think it might even end under 75 million domestically. It might get to 75, but I think it's going to end under 80. That's my rough projection so far, and I think it will hit digital probably by the end of September or early October at this point, because I think its legs are really letting up. 38% drop isn't really great for something that's grossing such low numbers every single weekend. So there's nothing really to brag about here for Blue Beetle. I think its demographic split is actually very well. I think a lot of different demographics are going to go see it, like Latinos. So they're doing good on that part, but DC has just lost its focus with the general audience. So that's really killing it so far, but we'll see how this one ends up shaping up for digital, and we'll see later on how Aquaman does this year if DC does keep that in its same spot. And Oppenheimer came in fourth place this weekend, grossing $7 million. This might change. Oppenheimer might take over Blue Beetle when actual numbers come out, but when projections are here, Oppenheimer is in fourth place, grossing $7 million on only a 15% drop. Barbie and Oppenheimer holding strong as always. They're both holding strong. Oppenheimer is projected to be at 310 million domestically so far, and it's not letting up. It really isn't. It's probably going to get to maybe domestically wise, I think it will get to like 330, maybe 320 to 330, maybe even 340 if it pushes there. And we're getting word that worldwide this might get close to $1 billion. And if it doesn't get close to when it ends its theatrical run in about 2 months or so, when it has its Oscars push and they're going to re-release it again, it probably will hit that billion. And if it does, it's going to be big, because even though no one expected Barbie to hit a billion, Barbie is PG-13, 2 hours long. It wouldn't have been that hard for it to hit a billion, and it did hit a billion. Oppenheimer is such a different prospect, though. It's 3-hour drama, rated R. I mean, the only other rated R movie that crossed a billion is Joker, and that was also rated R, but it was also a comic book movie, so it was a little bit easier for that one. But this one is the drama about Robert Oppenheimer making the atomic bomb, has a lot of dialogue in here, so this is going to be very surprising if it hits a billion. We're going to have to keep checking on that one to see if it really does get there, but only a 15% drop this weekend. Such a great hold for Oppenheimer. Coming in 5th place for this weekend is Gran Turismo, expected to gross $6.5 million on a 63% drop. Holy moly, that's a steep drop. Second weekend, usually you see a 60 or more percent drop on the second weekend for like a comic book movie, but Gran Turismo on a 63% drop, that's kind of insane. Its domestic total so far would be about 28 million roughly. And you know, I got a lot to say about this one, but I'll keep it short. I think this is because of all the early screenings. They basically put the early screenings numbers into last weekend, so that weekend is very inflated. So this weekend's drop-off is pretty huge. And I just gotta say, and not a lot of people are really interested in this one. A lot of people hated the ad campaign. They could have fixed the ad campaign. I mean, it did get great word of mouth. It has an A cinema score, but that's not really good enough. A lot of people aren't really like wanting to go out and see this. I think it will do pretty well in digital, so good for them on that point. But yeah, a 63% drop off is not great for that one. Coming in 6th place this weekend is TMNT Mutant Mayhem, grossing 4.5 million on only a 38% drop. Its domestic total is at 106 million domestically so far, as I said, and it finally crossed that 100 million domestically mark, so that's great. That's one of the benchmarks that I needed it to cross, so it would get that sequel. And it looks like we're gonna get, I heard we're getting a sequel and kind of a TV show to go with it, so that's pretty exciting. I will say a 38% drop is not bad. I mean, a lot of kids are in school, so that's probably one of the reasons it's dropping off pretty high, but I think a drop in the 30s is pretty good for this one, and grossing a 4.5 million is great. So I think TMNT is holding up pretty well. Coming in 7th place this weekend is Strays, Universal's dog movie, raunchy dog movie, grossing 3.4 million on only a 31% drop. You know, that's not a bad drop, but its past weekends weren't that great, so you're only looking at a domestic total of 21 million so far, and its budget was like 45 million before marketing, I'm pretty sure. So this one will still lose money, but that drop is not bad. But I mean, a lot of people, I mean, I did a video review on this one and I hated it, but a lot of people in my comment section say they actually liked it. So good for you guys if you did like it. But I'm on the fence of still really hating this one. I think it's really poor taste kind of movie. But I mean, 31% drop is not bad, so good for that one. But coming in 8th place this weekend is the Meg 2 The Trench from Warner Brothers, grossing 3.1 million on a 35% drop. Another drop off in the 30s. It's at about 78 million domestically so far. Its worldwide number is much better, so I think this one will actually break even, maybe even gross a little bit of money for the studio, but they got to think the worldwide markets for that one. International is carrying this movie, and I think the international markets do like shark movies, so good for that one. But domestically speaking, this one I don't think is going to hit 100 million domestically. I think it's going to cap off at about 85 or below 90 at this point. I don't think it's going to hit 100 because it still would have like 21 million to go, and it's only grossing 3 million on this weekend. So yeah, I don't think it's going to hit 100 million domestically, but it's doing well internationally, so good for Meg 2. Coming in 9th place this weekend is a movie called The Hill, grossing 1.7 million on a 26% drop. So I guess this movie did come out last weekend. I guess I'm not really familiar with this one. I think it has Dennis Quaid in it, and it's some kind of baseball movie. So I don't know about this one so much. If you guys know, make sure to let me know in the comments if you guys did watch it. It's at 5 million total domestically so far. So I think this one is from, also this one's from a studio that I'm not really familiar with. I'm not sure about the budget on this one, but it did come in 9th place with 1.7 million. And coming in 10th place, we got Retribution, finally making the top 10, grossing 1.6 million this weekend. It's a 55% drop, pretty steep drop off, only at 6.4 million domestically. Yeah, I'm not sure about the budget on this one, but I'm pretty sure this one's not going to make any profit. Lionsgate has another loser on their hands, Liam Neeson. has another stinker. A lot of people don't like this one. I didn't like this one much. It's very boring. But, you know, it finally made the top 10, and we can see that Bottoms is not in the top 10 this week, but it did expand. It did have a great per week average last week. So for my estimates right here, it's not in the top 10 so far, but if it does come out on the actuals on Monday and it is in the top 10, that's my fault, but I do cover the projections. I don't cover the actuals. Bottoms could be doing pretty well, but I don't think it's in a lot of theaters to really make that top 10. So let's get to what's coming out this week. All right, coming out this week in the theaters, we have two major kind of releases. First up is The Nun 2. This is the sequel to the first Nun, which I think got released like 4 or 5 years ago. I did actually watch the first Nun to get prepared. I think the first Nun was actually pretty bad. There's not a lot going for that one. So hopefully the second one's better. I will be reviewing this on my channel, so look forward to that. And the second new release we got is My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. When I saw the trailer for this one, I did not care for it. I think it looks pretty bad. But I haven't seen the first two, but people I've seen who saw the first two said that this one looks pretty bad. So I'm not expecting a lot for this one. I might see it, but probably not going to review it, so don't look forward to my review of that. But those are our big releases for this coming week: The Nun 2 and The Big Greek Fat Wedding number 3. I can't get the title right, my bad. But let me know also next week if you guys want me to cover like the iTunes top 10 chart for rentals and buying, because I could actually cover that chart. I'm very interested to talk about what's doing well in digital and what's doing well in rental. So let me know if you guys want me to talk about that chart next week, because I could talk about that one and it could be pretty fun. But that's all for Box with Josh this week. Let me know what you guys saw this past week, and let me know if you guys are going to see any of the new movies this week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.